I'm really excited to see this fucking Western Conference Finals. Of all the dudes that was, that was team hopping and doing all the other little crazy stuff. I think the only one. Y'all remember about my whole little thing out, my little shit I went on, right?
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
all them
yeah.
niggas, all them niggas got to pay, right? KD, Harden,
Durant,
Durant.
KD.
Yeah, I said KD. KD, Harden, Ben Simmons, like, all these motherfuckers doing all that. Oh, we hopping here and hopping there. The only one that's left is Killer Kyrie, man. And after the whole anti-Semitic shit that they tried to put on, bro, like,
Mhm.
I am rooting for dude.
Mhm.
Like, I really want to say so. Like, it's like
Wow.
this is a real can't lose situation. And I feel it really because I love like the energy, the youth, and the energy of Anthony Edwards. But
Mhm.
man, there's no better comeback story than Kyrie. Right? All the ridicule, all the bullshit he had to put up with. I think even now, in this moment, he's still been real tempered. He's not really doing too much. He's still playing his role. He doesn't try and overly
He doesn't
dominate.
he doesn't have to though. The fact that he's on the team with Luka Doncic doesn't call for him to be that main guy.
But what I'm
Like
saying is, in years past, it didn't matter. He would have still wanted to get his, right? But I think now with the
true.
situation that he's in and the picture that's being painted of him, he's a smart dude. He's aware of, he's a Duke guy, right? Like, these dudes is fucking smart. Like, he's very aware of like the public perception of him, and he goes out of his way to make sure that we understand, like, no, this is the softer side, right? I'm gonna bring my family out, I'm gonna kiss my kids
Yeah.
before the game, got my wife out here, I'm gonna kiss my wife and all this other little shit. I'm gonna always defer to Luca, even though LeBron is a bigger star than Luca. When Kyrie was playing with LeBron, he was a bigger star than Luca is
Yeah.
now. And that nigga Kyrie used to say, "Fuck off, LeBron. I'm waving your ass off." Right? So he understands.
Yeah,
He-
that's a young Kyrie though that's in the league trying to get his, trying to make his own, just going at it and doing his thing. Like it's different now. This nigga done been through it. He's been around the block. This ain't his first rodeo. However, whatever shit you want to throw out there and say. So the experience is helping him. So I agree. I agree with you, Ubang. I'm also saying that he's in a space where um I'm not so sure they even expected Dallas to be where they are right now. So
Shout out to Jason Kidd. Like, I mean, there's so
yeah,
many
yeah,
storylines,
yeah.
bro.
So they're exceeding expectations, right? So
Absolutely.
so it's already like you said, Ubang, to add to it, like it's not even that it's not it's a no lose situation. Like if you go for uh Minnesota or Dallas, or you rooting for Anthony Edwards or Kyrie, but it's also a no lose situation for both of these teams right now because they both were not expected to be here, right? And the biggest
Yeah.
upset of it all is Minnesota for sure. Nobody
Yeah,
expected them
Yeah.
to beat Denver, but
yeah.
I mean, I'm not so sure that niggas was looking at Dallas being in the Western Conference Finals. They weren't one of the teams that people were talking about, and Kyrie and Luca are proven to be you know a dynamic enough duo to where they got them where they are. But the makeup of their team too, like they got a lot of guys who are hustle guys and do a lot of the little shit that they picked up later on in the season. You know what
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, this could be another back and forth kind of series, just like they were with just like Dallas was with OKC. This would have been had OKC beat Dallas. You would have had 3 of the conference semifinal series go to 7 games. The only
Yeah.
one that would have been done was Boston, because they got the Cavs up out of there, and that was, that was probably the easiest series to predict.
Yeah.
And even the Cavs overachieved because nobody expected them to get to the second round. But
You about to say something, Kev?
Before I mention something about Dallas, I think it's worth saying Minnesota won 3 games in Denver. Just want to put that out there. That shit is insane.
Yeah.
So home court advantage for them doesn't matter. Whether they at home, whether they on the road, the shit's not gonna matter. Kyrie is a feel-good story because most black men, when they go through their stuff, they don't get forgiven. It's really hard to bounce back as a black man and a public figure in America. And
Hey, Kev, I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just gonna say this and then let you continue. Guess who is his guy? Like, who is the guy that Kyrie looks up to?
You said what?
Who is the
You
guy
talking
that
about Kobe?
Kyrie? Yeah.
Talking about Kobe?
Yes. And he's the only other person to me.
Yeah.
Remember, after the rape shit, the league was trying to jettison Kobe off. Like, hey, man, you're going to get a soft retirement.
Absolutely.
Kobe was like, nah, I'm not fucking done. So you continue your point, but I just want to basically piggyback off.
Oh, no. You absolutely right. So it's like, and before the anti-Semitic statements that the accusations that he went through, it was the vaccination stuff.
Yep.
And before it was the anti-vax stuff, it was some other stuff where Kyrie was taking time off, but it was police reform because the police had killed like his cousin. And so he was so it was like,
not to cut you off again, KP. But do you remember, or did you guys hear that? I think it was sometime this past week. Stephen A. Smith said he came out and apologized to Aaron Rodgers about how he caught so much flack for his vaccination stuff. You owe Kyrie an apology.
Stephen A. Smith apologized to that nigga.
Yeah, what? yeah.
But I mean, Aaron Rodgers blatantly lied.
You're right. What he did was worse than Kyrie.
Exactly. Yeah, Kyrie never lied. He said, "I'm not doing it."
Hey man, am I tripping, or is this a newfound energy my nigga Ubon got on the Kyrie?
No. See,
situation?
He does.
No.
Am I tripping?
Hear me out.
Hear me out. Now,
okay.
y'all know I'm black. I'm black everything. You dig? As soon as Kyrie was wronged, as like when it wasn't about sports anymore, right? It's not like, hey, Kyrie with the bullshit on the sport. Once they started attacking him personally, then it was like, okay, nah, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always ride for the black athlete. I'm always ride for black people. Like, I always want to see black people win. That's when I was really like, man, like, that's crazy how, like, in the media, they're really trying to crucify this dude. And he posts a book or a movie, right? And all of a sudden, I mean, he just posted the link to a movie, and they made it seem like he fucking directed, produced, executive produced, starred in.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, man. What how did it get that bad? You know what I'm saying? So once the energy shifted and they was really trying to crucify this dude on some personal shit, and like even the Lakers, the team I love, I was born, raised, and loved, to still love, said, yeah, we can't touch Kyrie because he got too much off the court stuff. Like, what? Like, I know some motherfuckers with off the court issues.
And what, Kevin?
KCP was playing for the Lakers and had a damn brace on his leg.
Ankle bracelet on. He was on. He was going to jail.
Couldn't leave the state of California.
Come on, man. He couldn't play games outside the state of California. Was balling, was hooping with an ankle monitor on in state. And when he left the fucking games, he had to go check himself back into jail. Like,
yeah, man. But you know what it is? Is, and I'm gonna say this, is that certain people in whatever industry you want to point at. In this particular scenario, we talking about basketball, so we talking about basketball players. Kyrie is one of the basketball players who moves the needle. We talking about on the court, we talking about culturally, all that kind of stuff. Like these kids, they love Kyrie. This generation, they love Kyrie. His peers love him. They talk about how he's one of the best, you know, uh got the best handles, one of the best finishers, one of the killers on, like he's one of those guys, right? I
Hey,
mean it, and the thing is, like you bring up a KCP, but there's no comparison, right? So Kyrie is one of those ones, and he's not necessarily pushing the NBA agenda. So when that's not happening, and you one of those guys that's in the forefront, then yeah, they are gonna be more like, no, 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 no. And it's fucked up. So to your point, Uban, yes, to start attacking this dude personally and picking apart things, because I mean, not to get back on it, you were talking about Kobe, but we talking about rape versus a nigga not wanting to take a vaccine. Like
correct.
that's crazy. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, no, those two things, like, cause I mean, dog, it's yeah. So on the court, in his personal decisions, like it's not like he's out here, you know, committing crimes and killing motherfuckers and shit like that, and beating women and all that. You know, he's not doing none of that kind of shit. And it's like, at least to our knowledge, I don't think you know a
nigga
story will
might be
surface,
this
a
nigga,
story surface later, and the
Yeah, man.
motherfucker
Hey,
is like,
yeah, man. So make sure,
nigga
yeah,
running
make
through the
right,
sure,
hallway,
yeah,
yeah.
running through
make
the
sure,
hallway in the towel,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
running through
Come
the
on,
hallway,
man. Not trying to
yeah,
make fun of that, but whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
man. Niggas
whoa.
running
apologizing,
through the
Hey,
yeah,
hallway
man,
in the
yeah,
shit.
towel.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Looking
Don't
like
have
Ike
me up here
Turner, like
like Slim. Don't have me up here like Slim Thug.
Oh man. Hey, yeah.
Nigga,
Hey, you want
recanting my words.
do you want to take a quick pivot and discuss
oh my
exactly
god,
what's going down with that situation?
Well,
oh,
yeah,
never
yeah,
mind.
yeah. We get there because
It's
that's another black. That's a black man
Sean Combs. I don't
that's a
call him
black man
Diddy,
that
man.
apologized, and America didn't accept his apology. Nigga.
Man, listen.